Greetings, superb people. This is Lanita, SupHerb, and I am here to give you a quick message about what I just experienced and have now come into realization or actualization with my actions, which is exactly the point. So, during the AM, when I arose from resting, I actually was able to do a quick recording about what my AstroQuest dream was. So I explained that, and basically what that ended with was me talking about having or building or developing a food forest. So I went about my day. I got ready and everything, did my cleansing stuff and yoga, my AM groom ritual, what I call it, all the things I do to take care of self. I got dressed and tended to the plants, and then I had a little bit of a snack here before I went out to the garden or the greenhouse. And in the process of going through the day, I decided it was going to be fun, since the weather is beautiful and great right now, to put a lot of my energy, or most of my energy for the day, into preparing more beds to get the kale and the other seedlings. I have some sugar snap peas and zucchini, lettuce. There are some beans I'm soaking to get prepared, black-eyed peas and white beans, chickpeas, mung beans. So I'm preparing those. So I decided to go out and work on the bedding where I would like to put them. And right now I have two spaces that have been kind of built up from the construction of the greenhouse, because when we dug down to put the anchor or the foundation for the greenhouse, we had to remove some soil. So there are two large mounds around the east and the west side of the greenhouse. And I've already started an experimental row with just some basic seeds, because I wanted to see if they were going to grow just in this soil, because it's not very, it doesn't look like it's nutriated well. It's not dark soil, but it's still kind of a yellowish, not yellow, orangish colored soil to almost a brown somewhat. So I said, well, let me see what I can get to grow without doing anything to the soil. So this is about 2 weeks ago now, and there are sunflowers, and it looks like mustard greens, and I'm not sure what else, but I put a whole plethora of different seeds, and most of them have germinated. So I said, okay, great, that's good to know, because now I don't have to put as much of the compost mix into this area. So I also have the lacinato kale, the Tuscan kale that's already sprouted, and that's going to be ready to go out there probably. I could probably put it out now, but I'm so picky. I want to make sure that they're going to be comfortable from their change, because I have them inside and moving them out. So I prepared an area for them. And then there were some sunflower seeds that I put inside of the baggie with the paper towel to germinate about a week ago. And they were sprouting. So I decided to put some of those out as well into this soil by the beds. And then there's also inside the greenhouse, I have the strawberries are now starting to get flowers on them. And there's some, the milk thistle is getting really large. Oh my goodness. So I was tending to, the greenhouse and planting things outside. And in this whole process, of course, it's interesting because without interruptions, I'm able to look around the yard and see or decide or choose what I feel will work best in certain areas. So I've got a pretty large space to work with, but I hadn't really thought about a full design, or at least I haven't put it on paper yet, let's say that way. Because I've been saying what I want to put where, because I'm going to be having, trellising and things like that available for certain plants, like for the beans and such. they're going to need some support, and then tomatoes and, you know, so what it comes down to is basically I spent the whole day out in the garden. And just a short while ago, I had my quote unquote, what would be the lunch slash dinner meal, but it was the larger portion of the meal for the day. Because, like I said, I had a snack earlier, but then I had a larger meal. So after I'm done my meals now, I usually take a break and allow the food to digest before continuing with doing more work. So I was watching some videos about, different things as far as farming, urban farming, growing, and just basic things, and looking up information about some of the seedlings that I had to make sure I had the proper, conditions for them. Well, as I peered out the window here, I noticed that there was an antelope in the distance. And I said, oh, there's that antelope again. I said, that's right. I forgot what the antelope symbolized. So I said, let me go look it up. So I got his website that I go to that, to refer to when you see different animals. And, if you're aware of this, the animals are the universe in general is kind of sending you a message about you and what may be offered to you to assist you or aid you with your growth on your path. So I said, that's right. Before I get up and go back outside, because I have to do some evening watering, which I'm going to go out there now and do the watering for the entire greenhouse. So that way it kind of gets the humidity going for the night. And I said, before I go do that, let me look. So I opened up the website, and it was actually still on the antelope symbolism that I looked up about 3 weeks ago, because I had seen just a single antelope running through the field out there. And I said, oh, that's right. It means action. And I laughed, and then I read a little further down, and it basically just reminded you that you are on your path, and it basically said that I need to continue with moving forward with what I have created or what I've been working on, which is, as I said, is basically a food forest slash a lifestyle, which I say the SupHerb lifestyle transition, but it's basically about a lifestyle which you or me, whoever it is, the being is actually in control of what it is that they're doing, which is their actions. So this message is all about you and making your actions. So keep in mind that the actions and the things that you do in your life is a direct reflection of what it is that you are actually dealing with as far as your intention and what it is that you are doing with yourself, where you're putting your energy. So it's just to reinforce or uplift me more empowerment, more inspiration for me, and hopefully for you, because just hearing and seeing what I've been working on, even if you look at some of my videos, just from doing the spring cleanse event, I do speak about what it is I was doing with growing the herbs and plants and such. And the purpose of doing all this is to obviously cleanse my system, one, and then two, have a better connection with self, including the earth and the universe, and of course the plants, which I am utilizing for energy and providing me with nutrients. So that's basically it. It's just all about the action. I had to throw that in there because I thought it was very significant that I was at this moment. And after the dream that I had, expressing what was going to unfold for myself for this day. So that's pretty much it. Pay attention to your actions. Create your own actions and do them in authenticity. Do them authentically to you so that you will recognize your authentic wealth in life. So that's it. Lanita SupHerb, a rose in perfection shines bright.